You're with www.ThePapare.com, Sri Lanka's #1 sports hub. I'm here at the Badagana Football Complex, joined by Sri Lanka's coach, Nikola Kavazovic. Nikola, welcome to ThePapare.com. First and foremost, just tell us your experience here in Sri Lanka, other than football, of course.
I would like to say one big hello to all your readers and followers. Sri Lanka is a very beautiful country, nice people. They accepted me very well. I'm very satisfied here. I don't have any problems. My family also likes way of life here. So basically I am very happy here, but you know, in my job you cannot unfortunately you cannot connect to some country or some people, because we are always changeable and we must know to adapt always on new country, new culture, new religion. But basically I never think about past and future. I'm living in today, now and today, and feeling very, very nice in Sri Lanka.
Okay, and just tell our readers your experience as a coach, how you started.
Yeah, I was a professional football player. I played in Hungary, in Europe, in top division, but I had very, very bad injury at age 21. I quit to play football and immediately start my coaching career. It was almost 19 years ago. I started with kids. I worked 9 years with kids, and last 10 years I'm working with seniors. I started in lower division in Serbia. I came to the Premier League of Serbia, but first call from Asia, from Tajikistan, I couldn't refuse, because of progress. Let's be honest, because of financial aspect of that offer. And once I came to Asia, I figured that my future career is connected only to Asia.
Okay, and you took over after Sri Lanka's horror showing at the SAF games, and you and the Football Federation took over the side as an under-23. You choose under-23 side. What was your and Football Federation's objective in choosing a very young side?
I cannot agree with you, because everyone is talking only about that one game against Maldives. Everyone talking about that one defeat, which was hard. But there is no much difference if you're losing 1-0 I'm sorry, or 10-0. 10-0 lost makes things worst from point of view of impression, but basically you lost, so 0 points is totally the same thing. I think that we all must be we all must watch 5, 6, 7 years back, not only on that game. That game was not crucial. That game maybe was crucial to people start to think seriously about future. Because in last 5 years Sri Lanka national team won only 3 games, twice versus Bhutan and one game versus Mongolia. So if people were satisfied with all those defeats and few draws, and become unhappy with only one defeat and decide to change everything, that is not good point of view. I was watching not that game, only that game, because I took 5 or 6 players from that squad who lost 10-0. I was watching 5 years back. I was watching all players who played 5 years ago, and tried to find where was problem in last 5 years. And I came to conclusion that problem was not in coaches. Problem was in players' attitude, in losing mentality. Maybe I don't know, but probably bad atmosphere in team. That is not my concern, but only good atmosphere in team could brought them better results. Sri Lankan current national team is not under 23. We have only 9 players under 23. Everyone else is older. So we have players who are 30 years old. We have players 29, 26, few players 24. We have whole generation 1991. We have at least 10 players who are 1991. So they cannot be called youngsters anymore. We are national team. We are the best this country have at the moment, and I would like that people treat us like that, not like youngsters, because for me that sounds like excuse for some bad results, and I don't like excuses. I took the best what I could in that moment, and me and my staff, we are working with those guys, and we are not considering them as youngsters.
Okay, and what aspects of the football game here in Sri Lanka are you most concerned about? You are putting more impetus on.
Can you repeat? I didn't understand you.
Oh, okay. What I was asking is what aspects of the game regarding mostly mentality and the overall game are you most concerned about here in Sri Lanka?
I cannot talk about Sri Lankan football. I can talk only about national team. I'm not concerned about anything. So I have self-confidence. I'm confident in those guys who are playing under Sri Lankan flag at the moment, and you cannot split anymore football on physical, mental, technical and tactical preparation. Football becomes something more complex. There is something which is called tactical periodization, and if you ask me, for some moments we are mostly working on hard defense and offensive transition, which simple language means counter attacks, and that is the way we are going to try to play in future.
Okay, and you've been here in Sri Lanka coaching for 8 months. How has the youngsters, the Sri Lanka team, progressed during that 8 months?
When we see first training practices which are recorded, when we see first trials from June last year, which is also recorded, I'm watching that very often. And when we see last matches in Bangladesh Gold Cup, it's easy to see big progress, especially in tactical discipline. Tactical discipline is the thing which keeping Asian football nations far from world top class. So that tactical discipline is crucial thing to make results. Those guys are growing every day in that aspect, in aspect of tactical discipline, which means every player has duties in all moments of game. So my striker knows what he must do in possession, in defensive organization, in offensive transition and defensive transition. So they all have duties, and everyone who can work in all 4 moments of game he is playing. We have a lot of players who are good in possession. Simply, as people like to say, they are good technicians. But they are not able to answer demands in other 3 moments of game. So football player of 21st century must be prepared for all moments of game. And we are progressing, definitely we are progressing, and I am convinced that we are going to play better and better every next tournament and every next challenge.
During your time, Sri Lanka has toured Seychelles, Bangladesh, and again last week toured the Bangladesh for the Bangabandhu Gold Cup. Are you happy with the progress they've made? What are your future plans with the team?
I am very happy. I am very happy despite the fact that we won 1 game, 1 draw and 4 losses. I am very happy because we conceded 9 goals in those 6 games, and after analysis we make conclusion, very simple conclusion by watching video, that we conceded only 2 goals from open play. All others were from set pieces, penalty kicks, corner kicks, free kicks. So we conceded only 2 goals from 16-meter penalty area. And that is something that we must be satisfied, because we are playing very offensive with 3 defenders, not 4 but 3. And definitely now at the moment our main problem is finishing, scoring, creating chances. Even penalty in Bangladesh was not good. Was not enough for us to make equalizer, and after that to win that game. But we are analyzing every training practice. Staff is analyzing every single player, and we are trying to improve them through tactical periodization, which means building up every day according that was comparing with yesterday. Today they must be better than yesterday, and we definitely showed in Bangladesh on that tour that we made huge progress. Sri Lanka is now a team who can play on 0-0 draw always. So we developed that capability, and we didn't go there to reach some result, but if you see that Bangladesh and Malaysia were very superior in semi-finals, and those 2 teams are playing in final, you will come to very simple conclusion that we were in tougher group. If we were in other group, we could make some better result.
Apart from the current national side, there have been some good performances, some great performances in the Dialogue Champions League by Sri Lanka players who have represented Sri Lanka in the future. Do they have any chances of making into the qualifying stages now?
No. I know. I follow all players, I follow all teams. I have reports from all players. I know that Izzadin scored 28 or 29 goals this season. I was present on 2 games when he scored 10 or 11 goals on those 2 games, 8-0 and 7-1 win. It was versus Pelicans and Renown. Yeah, thanks. Renown. But currently we have 4 strikers who are involved in all this story about new team and progressing, so there is not going to be new names for first stage of qualifications, and after that, when we find out our group, who are opponents, we are going to make new strategy for group stage, and according to that new strategy, if we need strikers, his profile, or strikers or midfielders profile of, I wouldn't talk about names now, but there is very good players who are not in national team currently, and the only reason is that I see them as individuals. So when I see them as a part of one cohesive group like national team, everyone will get a chance.
And your ambitions with the Sri Lanka team, where do you want to see the Sri Lanka team in another 5 years' time? Short-term, long-term plans, quickly?
First of all, I doubt that I'm going to stay here another 5 years, because it is not only my call. If you ask me, I would like to stay, but in my job that is very difficult. But if we want to progress, we must have clear aims, and our clear aims is qualifying in group stage of World Cup qualifications, which means 8 strong matches, 4 home, 4 away. We want to avoid last position in group, so we could continue Asian Cup qualifications, which means 6 more strong matches, which give us 14 strong matches, 7 home, 7 away in 1 year, and that is definitely entrance in football elite, in world football elite, when you are part of qualification group. In December we are playing SAF. Our aim is to reach semi-finals, to go through from group. We want to win SAF in 2017 and to become leaders in region, in South Asia. And of course we want to qualify for Asian Cup 2019. And about under 23 team, we have respectable squad, we have respectable team, but we don't know anything about opponents. Only about Tajikistan I know a lot, because I worked there, I was national coach of Tajikistan, but about Emirates and Yemen we don't know nothing, and I think it is early to talk about that. Still national team is priority, and only in pauses of national team we can think about under 23 team.
Thank you, Nikola Kavazovic. That was Sri Lanka national football team coach Nikola Kavazovic speaking to exclusively with ThePapare.com. For ThePapare.com, I'm now with Vijay Vikrama, sharing the passion.